Welcome to the 11th annual White Martini Party, sponsored by the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, Psi Alpha Chapter. I'm Dr. Martini Diop reporting for Black Video News. I'm standing here with the president, the bossless, the man that's making all this happen, Mr. Jimmy McMillian. How you doing, Brother McMillian?
I'm doing fine, sir. How about yourself?
I'm fantastic now. This is the 11th year.
Yes, it is.
What can we expect this year?
What can you expect?
What can we expect this year?
You can expect a whole lot of fun. We got 2 rooms. We got a main ballroom, and we got an old school room if you just want to relax and just do it, reflect on the old school music to dance to.
So the old school room, where was that born from? We just got so many people, just needed something else to do. How did that work?
Well, we started it last year, kind of just something a little bit different because you know how the times are changing now, and and also we don't want to forget our times too. So we just set it up. We had 2 different rooms, more of the modern, up to date in the main ballroom, old school room for the seasoned folks such as myself.
You're not seasoned. You're not seasoned at all.
Yes, I am seasoned.
Well, look, so this is always a party with a purpose. You're always raising money for scholarships. So what can the students in Barrett County, what can they expect to see different from the Psi Alpha Chapter or more from Psi Alpha Chapter in 2020, 2019?
Not much very different. We're going to still provide scholarships and do more to provide scholarships. Hopefully we'll get more applicants than we had. We had a nice share of applicants this year. We gave like $29,000 in scholarships to deserving high school seniors,
Yes, sir.
That's about it, man. Yeah.
Well, you heard it live from my man Jimmy McMillian, the president of Alamo City Q's Psi Alpha Chapter, Omega Psi Phi, the 11th annual White Martini Party. I'm reporting Dr. Martini Diop, Black Video News. Stick around, we got more to come. Peace. Welcome to the 11th annual Psi Alpha Chapter, Omega Psi Phi White Martini Party right here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm your host, Dr. Martini Diop, reporting with Black Video News. I'm here with our sister, doing her thing, with Cynthia Gibbs, the author, Cynthia Gibbs. How are you enjoying yourself tonight?
I am having a wonderful time, as always.
As always. Now, this is a party with a purpose. We always raise money for scholarships for our kids in Barrett County. How important is that to you, and what your scope of work is?
Well, it's very important. I always love what the Omegas do here in San Antonio to get this kind of audience. It's the best event that I can think of in the Divine Nine, I have to admit. I love what the bros are doing.
Now, I understand that you are now an accomplished, published author. Tell me about your book. What's going on with that?
So it's called Reasonable Insanity, a Dr. Olivia C. Maxwell novel, and it's about a psychologist who's dealing with some real-world issues. Bulimia as a black woman, and also colorism within her own family.
Wow. Now, how can we get a copy of your book? Are you selling it tonight?
I always have it in the trunk of my car.
Well, you need to have it. Go ahead.
But it's also available on Amazon, Audible, so it's available as an audiobook on Audible, and also Barnes & Noble. But again, I always have them on hand.
So you're partying with a purpose tonight. You have your book. Does the book ever leave your mind?
No. And I'm working on the sequel to it, so everybody needs to get the first one so be ready for book number 2.
Are we going to see a Netflix movie out of it one day?
Hope so, yes.
That's the plan. You heard it from Cynthia Maurice Gibbs. This is my girl right here, Delta Sigma Theta, doing her thing, out here partying with a purpose. 11th annual White Martini Party, San Antonio, Texas. Come on out. I'm your host, Dr. Martini Diop, and we'll talk to you in a minute. Peace. Welcome to Alamo City Q's 11th annual White Martini Party. I'm your host, Dr. Martini Diop. We're doing it big in San Antonio, Texas with the Alamo City Q's. Doing all these interviews. I got my man with me. You got to hear from Tony G, the one and only Tony G from Tony G Soul Food. What's going on, brother?
Dr. Diop, this is the 11th year and it's fantastic. Everything is just flowing real smooth. A lot of beautiful people out here. We just having a marvelous time out here tonight.
Well, I understand what your restaurant doing, and we kind of partner with you. So how important is, we're giving scholarships, how important, I know you're doing the food thing, but how important is that, the giving back the scholarship, how important is that to Tony G?
So it's very important to Tony G's. We're all about the community, and we partnered with the Omegas for 11 years now, giving back. We sponsor different things with the Omega, so we make sure that it's strength in numbers and when we give back to the community for these scholarships.
So your address, how can people find your restaurant? Where are you located?
Well, we're located on the east side of San Antonio, 915 South Hackberry.
915 South Hackberry. This is the man, the visionary, Tony G, right here at Alamo City Q's 11th annual White Martini Party. We're going to talk to you in a minute. Peace.
Peace.
Welcome to the 11th annual White Martini Party right here in San Antonio, Texas, put on by the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, Psi Alpha Chapter, 11th annual. I'm standing here, I'm your man, Dr. Martini Diop, standing here with our former mayor, her honor, Mayor Ivy Taylor. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. It is always an honor and a pleasure to see you. Now, what brings you out here tonight?
Oh, I came to have a good time. I've been coming to the White Party for a few years, and it's always really fun.
So this is our event to raise money to give scholarships back to the students in Barrett County. I know when you were mayor you did it, but now you kind of stepped out of the limelight. So how important is this to you? Do you still have that on your agenda?
Oh, it's always on my agenda to help the community, just doing it in different ways, and certainly excited to support the Omegas. You remember that I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, so it's wonderful to be out and support the Omega Brothers.
Now, you're almost done with that PhD. Do I understand we're about to call you Dr. Taylor?
It's going to be Dr. Mayor.
Dr. Mayor, you heard it. It's Dr. Governor?
No governor. No governor.
Senator?
I still have a little dissertation to write.
Well, you heard it from the ever-lovely, effervescent former mayor, Dr. Ivy Taylor. White Martini Party, Alamo City Q's. I'm Dr. Martini Diop, Black Video News. Talk to you later. Peace. Welcome to the 11th annual White Martini Party right here in San Antonio, Texas, put on by the Alamo City Q's of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. I'm your man, Dr. Martini Diop, reporting for Black Video News. I'm here with my man, Dr. Richard Williams. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, sir. It's a great evening already. Party just started, and if you can see, the crowd is already filling the room. This is my wife's favorite event, and ironically, my last one for a while. I'm about to do a military PCS.
Well, and thank you for your service. So what does this mean to you? I know you bring your wife and everything, but we raise money for scholarships. How important is that in your line of work and what you do?
Well, in my line of work, it's definitely a critical factor, giving back to the community and encouraging our youth and creating a vehicle for them to pursue higher education. So hats off to my own fraternity for the great effort.
So where are you on your way to now? Where's the military taking you? What's your next duty assignment look like?
Well, I'm headed to Fort Jackson, South Carolina. I'll be assigned to the DENTAC there, kind of transitioning from the research community, but hopefully I'll come back to that. The plan probably is to put me in a deputy commander's role.
Well, you heard it. You see what we have at the White Martini Party. Dr. Richard Williams, PhD Richard Williams, this man does everything, but he's here to party with a purpose. We want to thank him for coming and thank him for his service. Have a good time out in Fort Jackson. Thank you for what you do. 11th annual White Martini Party. I'm your host, Dr. Martini Diop. We're going to see you soon. Peace.
Thank you.
Welcome once again to the 11th annual White Martini Party right here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm your host, Dr. Martini Diop, Alamo City Q's Psi Alpha Chapter. This is getting bigger and bigger every year, the all-white party. I have the privilege of going around talking to all of our guests, and I have a really special one with me today. This is my girl, Jackie Okimute. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Now, what brings you to the party tonight? Outside of me inviting you, what brings you to the party?
I'm here to party with a purpose to make sure that all the kids in San Antonio are able to get the scholarship. So we're here partying with a purpose.
Now, I understand that you're coming to us from across the water.
I am.
Right? Where you from?
I'm originally from Nigeria in Africa. I'm half Nigerian and half German.
So why don't you welcome our guests in your Nigerian language?
Una welcome, Mikuna enjoy ourselves.
Now, why don't you welcome us in your German language?
Okay. Alles willkommen und viel Spaß.
So you heard it. I don't know what she said, but you heard it. We're doing big things here in San Antonio. Come on out, Alamo City Q's, 11th annual White Martini Party. I'm your host, Dr. Martini Diop. We'll talk to you in a minute. Peace. We're at the All-White Martini Party, the 11th annual All-White Martini Party. I'm your man, Dr. Martini Diop, reporting for Black Video News. I'm with the one and only DJ Maurice. What's going on? All the way from Atlanta. What's going on, big brother?
Hey, always a pleasure to be here, hanging out with all the natives, all the non-natives that fly in, drive in all over the world to come to this party because the money goes to scholarship for the kids. So it's always a pleasure and an honor to come out here and support this system.
Now you bringing some Atlanta vibe to San Antonio. How do you do that?
I'm gonna do Atlanta. I'm gonna do whatever the crowd wants. I don't come in with a plan. My only plan is to let the crowd dictate and tell me what they want and I give it to them.
Well, you're always requested to come back, so we are glad to have you. So how important in what you do, how important is scholarships and giving back, how important is that to you?
Well, if it wasn't for scholarships, the parents will have to go get a job and another job and another job, and it takes away from parenting. So being a single parent myself, I know how that feels.
Well, you heard of him, DJ Maurice, the baddest man around, all the way from Atlanta. 11th annual White Martini Party, Alamo City Q's. We're going to be coming right back at you. Peace. Welcome to the White Martini Party, 11th annual White Martini Party right here in San Antonio, Texas. The Alamo City Q's, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, putting this on 11 years. Now I got these four distinguished, esteemed brothers standing next to me that I have the pleasure to introduce. We're going to start with my man, Brother Patrick Smith. He's the 9th District Representative coming all the way from Dallas, Houston. Where you coming from?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. So I'm going to let him tell you about what's happening in San Antonio. What's going on, Brother Patrick?
I'm always grateful for the brothers of Psi Alpha Chapter and the wonderful event that they put on. It's a full house every year. That's why other DRs have wanted to come in and experience it and understand the uplift that Psi Alpha gives to the San Antonio community.
So this event raises scholarships for all the students in Barrett County. How important is that to you and your mission as a DR?
Brothers, it's always key. Our crux of Omega Psi Phi is service and uplift. That money goes to a great cause to give to kids that may not have had an opportunity to do it.
Do you ever get tired of going around the fraternity doing all this?
Oh, absolutely not, brother. It inspires me.
Yes, sir.
And again, that's why my friends from other parts of the country that are wondering what we do so they can take it back and model at their own very districts.
You heard from the 9th District Representative. Now I'm going to move on over. Where we come from? We're from the 3rd District. Now, where's the 3rd District at?
Washington, D.C. and Virginia.
Washington, D.C. and Virginia. So I got my man from the 3rd District, Washington, D.C. I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell him why you're here. He's going to tell us why you're here in San Antonio, Texas. What's up, brother?
My name is Kevin Brown. I'm from the 3rd District Representative from Hampton, Virginia area. I'm here to support the event for Psi Alpha as well as the 9th District leadership training that they had earlier during the day.
Yes, sir. So in your district, I mean, we raise money for scholarships, and like I asked the 9th DR, how important is that in the 3rd District?
Very important, and we do some of the same things in some of our major chapters, have some of the same type of events, promoting scholarship within the state of Virginia and Washington, D.C.
Yes, sir. Now, does it ever get tiring for you to travel and do all of this?
It don't get tiring until I get back home. But it's a wonderful time coming out here meeting and socializing with individuals from the Southwest as well as all across the country.
Yes, sir. And we are absolutely glad to have you here. Now, for your mission in the 3rd District, do y'all raise money for scholarships and all that?
Raise money for scholarship as well as hurricane relief, as well as our literacy programs, as well as donating to the needy with the communities that we serve.
Well, you heard it from the 3rd District Representative. That's all the way on the East Coast. Now we're going to go all the way over here to the West Coast, to San Diego, California, the 12th District. Come on over here, Brother Dennis. We got Brother Dennis Martinez from the 12th District from San Diego, California. What's going on, Brother Dennis?
I'm doing great. This is our first time to the all-white party. My wife been having a fantastic time. Brothers have been treating us very well.
Yes, sir. Now, there's a lot going on in California. It's a big state, 54 electoral votes. So how important is this? We're raising money for scholarships. How important is this in the 12th District?
It's very important. We don't have any HBCUs in California, but we have a lot of brothers, a lot of young men of color, young ladies of color who need a solid role model where to go to school, and where to go to college and continue on to be successful in their lives. Out in the 12th District, we're working very hard on scholarship for the young people as well as our own undergraduate brothers to help them out and give them that positive image, give them that positive role model.
So as the DR in the 12th District, is it an important initiative on your plate to raise money and do these types of community initiatives?
Very important that we raise money for these issues to support all our undergraduate students as well as all the students in the communities that we serve.
Yes, sir. You heard it from the 12th District Representative, Brother Dennis Martinez. Now we're going to move to the Midwest. Where are we going now? To the 10th District. To the 10th District, bro. Introduce yourself. Tell us why you're here.
Derek D. Guy, 10th District Representative. I'm here to support the Brothers of Psi Alpha and the all-white party. Brother Smith invited us down. We came to have a good time, played golf, picked me up, had a good meal. It's been a wonderful time so far.
Now the 10th District encompasses which states?
Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Minnesota, and Wisconsin.
So right here in Psi Alpha, we're raising money for scholarships. That's what this party is for. Is that an important part of your agenda as the leader of all of those states?
Absolutely. We're consistently giving monies away. This year, one of my initiatives is try to give more undergrad scholarships away, as well as have all the undergrads participate in events for free because we need them, because that's a lifeline for us.
Now, do you ever ever get tired of traveling this country, spreading this message of Omega and what you're doing?
I never got tired of being accused.
You heard it from the 10th district. We're glad to have all the DRs here. I'm Brother Martini Diop, right here in the 9th district, Sci Alpha chapter, the 11th annual White Martini Party. We'll see you in a few minutes. Peace.
Thank you, my brother.
Here we are again, 11th annual Alamo City Q's White Martini Party, still doing it big. I'm your host, Dr. Martini Diop, reporting with Black Video News. We got some special guests here. I got my sister Shaniqua going on. What's going on, sister Shaniqua?
Good, everything's going good.
So what brings you to the White Martini Party?
Well, actually, I'm here because we're having a women empowerment conference for African American women. So I'm here to network, get to know some people, and let people know the conference is coming to San Antonio.
So we raise the main benefit of this organization. We raise money for scholarships. Is that something that do you think about? Is that part of women's empowerment in your opinion?
Yeah, definitely. We're going to do an event for all the young women who are going to college next year. So we want to make sure that they're prepared, know about financial aid, have the etiquette, and ready to be sent off.
Well, you just heard it from Sister Shaniqua. Where you coming from, Sister Shaniqua?
San Antonio.
You from San Antonio? You from Michigan? Well, we're glad to have you in San Antonio. Thank you for coming out. How does somebody get in touch with you about the Women's Empowerment event?
So they can go to Melanin Women Empowerment on Facebook. They can email us at melaninwomenofsanantonio@gmail. And then I'll be out here networking. So if you see me, you can come on. We got everything.
Look for Sister Shaniqua. Here you go. Now, we're going to move over to the man that makes all this happen. He's the chairman of the White Martini Party Committee. Sci Alpha chapter, Alamo City Q's. Brother Joe Monroe, how's it going, big brother?
Hey, doing good, bro. Doing good.
Now, how do you assess the crowd so far?
Well, Dr. Diop, I just want to say that it is awesome. And if anyone is not here, they're missing an awesome event.
Well, Joe, you've been putting this on now, I think 10 of the 11 years, right?
11.
You've been doing 11 of the 11 years.
11 of 11 years, and it just gets bigger and bigger every year. Man, it's just awesome. I know I've been doing it a long time, but it's just exciting that to see the people come out having a good time every year.
You see it getting bigger. Do you ever get tired and just say, man, I can't do this no more?
Well, that's only when I'm dealing with the brothers, my committee. That's when that happens. But no, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's for a great cause, scholarships and service to the community. That's always a great cause.
Now this raises money, like you said, raises scholarship money for students in Barrett County. How important is that to you and the whole Sci Alpha chapter event?
Oh man, having 2 kids that received a scholarship is awesome. I can't explain it. And being able to be behind it, raising so much money, along with all of my frat brothers and everybody, we're all about service to the community. And we can't, one person can't do it alone. It takes a whole village. Yep. And right now, I think the Sci Alpha chapter is trying to be that village within the community.
How does someone who's not here tonight, how can they possibly donate to the Scholarship Foundation?
Oh, they just need to go to scialphachapter.com and click on scholarship donation.
Well, you heard it. We're closing out here. It's been a great evening. You got my man Joe Monroe. You met everybody we need you to meet. But like he said, go to scialphachapter.com, donate, hit that donate button. Scholarships, Barrett County students. I'm going to let my man Joe Monroe tell us when we're going to come back next year, and we're going to close it out with Joe. When we coming back next year, Joe?
8 August 2020, right here, same bat channel, same bat time.
Grand Hyatt, San Antonio, Texas. Want to thank everybody for supporting White Martini Party. Thank Brother Joe for all he does and the Brothers of Sci Alpha chapter. We'll see you next year. Peace.